actually wrote a 14-page document on exactly how I wanted my life to be. I'm talking, it was in the year 2014, 2015. It was a 14-page document, and little did I know that 80 to 90% of whatever I'd written in the document has actually manifested in my life. It's because of being clear on the goal. It's about being clear about what I really wanted. So in this particular video, I'm going to share with you the power of visualization. I'm going to share with you some ideas on how you can manifest your thoughts into reality based on what's working for me. I know some of you may be experts in that, but I'm just going to tell you my version of it and how it works. And if you want to learn about this topic, just type eager to learn in the comment box. Yeah, how do you really visualize your life, what you really want it to be, and how do you manifest the goals that come into your life? And it's a beautiful, I would say, topic, and it is very scientific. If you actually look at it, our mind has incredible power. It's just that we need to tune into that frequency, and we need to use the power of our mind to get whatever we want. And again, there are other factors that can affect your mind, that can affect your goals, which is what I'm going to cover in this particular session. Okay, so if you're ready to learn, just type eager to learn in the comment box. Yeah, we have people from all over watching this right now. And even if you're watching a replay of this, a recording of this, please type that in the comment box so that we can participate. Okay, so I got introduced to the whole concept of visualization and law of attraction, all these things back in the year 2007. When the movie The Secret was launched, Rhonda Byrne's book, and then that got me into this whole learning journey. Later on, I picked up Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, and then I also have his book, Law of Success. It's here. So it's a pretty fat book, which is like the main version of Think and Grow Rich. And Think and Grow Rich is more like a shortened version. The 13 principles, a shortened version from this book, which is called The Law of Success, which is pretty good. Let me just show that to you. This is the book. Okay, it's called Law of Success. I've not read the whole thing. It's a big one. It's a pretty big one. But what I could get from this are some pointers and principles when it comes to really attracting whatever you want in your life and doing it in a way by which you're able to be congruent with what you really want. Okay, so maybe I think it was 2016 or 2017. I was watching this video by Frank Kern. He was a big internet marketer. Even now he's a big internet marketer. At that point of time, he was really well known, very popular. And there was one video of his on YouTube called Core Influence. And then he spoke about his experience of, in spite of making millions and millions of dollars online, he was not very happy. He was not very congruent with himself. And that really put him in a state of anxiety and fear and so on. So what he did was he actually wrote down a detailed document of how he wanted his life to be. From the time that he woke up in the morning till the time that he went to bed, and all that he did during the day, everything was written in paper. And then when he got very clear about what he wanted, everything else started to fall into place. Okay, so a lot of people, they desire situations, or they have goals, or they want to achieve something without understanding the first degree, second degree, and third degree consequences of making that kind of a wish or a desire of what they want. Okay, for example, somebody may have a goal, a person may have a goal to have a 40-inch television in their home. Okay, they may want to buy the latest plasma TV. Now that is the first degree, consequence. And what's the consequence? Them actually coming, they're getting that TV back home. But the problem here is the second degree and third degree consequences could be that this person is going to be spending more time watching television. They're going to be cutting down on their time on the real relationships, or maybe watching stuff which is really not conducive to their goals. That's going to distract them and take them in a place where it's not congruent with who they are. So the second degree and third degree consequences of identifying the goal, of knowing what second degree, third degree consequences are for a goal is very important. So after watching that Frank Kern's video in 2016 or 2017, actually it was much before that. I think it was 2015 if I'm not mistaken. So I sat and I wrote a 14-page document. Okay, actually 14 pages. I wrote 14 full pages of how I would wake up in the morning. And at that point of time, I did not have much financial cash flow. I was struggling with my business. I had even a few health issues at that point of time. But I was very clear on what I wanted. Okay, so I started to document that. The first 2 pages were pretty easy to go through, and then slowly, I started to write more and more pages on exactly what I wanted in my life. Like when I would wake up, what kind of a home I would be living in, what I would have for breakfast, what I would do during the day, and then how I would spend time with the family, how I would spend time with the friends, how I would spend time in my business, then how I would support my family, and then like in the evening what I would do for recreation, and then getting to bed, and there's my spiritual goals. Everything else is connected in that day-to-day, in that day lifestyle. So 14-page document I wrote. Okay, and the interesting thing is at the end of that 14-page document, I just wrote it took around 4 to 5 hours to write. I didn't realize what I had done, but that was the starting point to what I'm living right now. So that document, what I'd written, I would say 90% of all of that has been fulfilled. Because at that point of time, I was in the agency. I wanted to build a business where I had more freedom. I wanted to spend more time with the kids and family. At that point of time, I just had my first son. And in that document, I'd written that my second child also would be born and stuff. Now I have the second child also. In fact, I'd written a daughter, but we have a son, second one. So the interesting thing is that the more vivid the description is, like I'm telling for you here, if you plan to do this, the more you make it vivid and clear, the higher chances that it's going to manifest. Now, what is going to be the time gap between you writing it and manifesting it is going to there's going to be some time gap. Like it did not happen instantly. It took me like at least 5 to 6 years to manifest this vision. And there's new visions that I'm constantly creating now. So in fact, I have a goal book and I keep writing goals every day, 2 pages of goals. And I try to keep it as specific as possible. And I write it in present tense. Okay. So coming back to the concept here, in the law of success, Napoleon Hill talks about a lot of principles when it comes to achieving success and really making a difference in the world. And success is a very subjective thing. It is not just about making more money. That's only one dimension of success. You have many other dimensions. You need to have good health, good relationships. You need to have good, personal fulfillment, and also good, attitudes with people around you, whether it's your close members of the family or even extended members, your friends. So there are many aspects to success. It is not just about money and wealth. So keeping that in mind, the first step of any kind of visualization is to be clear about what you want. And if you're somebody who's still not clear about your goals, please type "not clear" in the comment box so that I know that you're going to be starting on this journey today. Okay. So my recommendation for all of you who are typing "not clear," or even if it's clear, I want you to go and do this exercise. What I did in 2015 is to take a clean sheet of paper and write down your perfect day. In fact, write down my perfect day and write as much as you can. Again, I did 14 pages. You can do how many more pages that you want. Okay, it does not have to be 14 pages. You can do how many more pages that you want. But the more and more you go into it and you describe how it is, and you also think about the second and third degree consequences of anything that you desire. So how do you measure that? Okay, so you got to look at, you have to think 2-3 steps ahead. So if you're going to be getting something, or if you're going to desire for something, you want to desire to be in a particular place or a home, just put yourself in a position where you're already there and think about what that could be like. Okay. So I gave like the example of the television that I gave you, right? So you may have a goal or a desire to buy a 42-inch TV, but the second and third degree consequences may not be really conducive to your bigger goals. Okay. So just think about this. I know it's a concept that not many people think about, but if you're able to think about on these lines, then all your goals that you're going to visualize will have a longer term impact. It'll be more congruent with who you are, and it's going to be so much more fulfilling when you actually attain that. Okay. So first step is to get clear on your vision, is to get clear on your perfect day from the time that you wake up till the time that you go to sleep, exactly what are you going to do. Okay. Now, once you have finished your vivid document, the second step of the visualization process is to write your goals on a daily basis. Okay. For my first 90 days, from when I got started on this, like 2018, every day I've written goals. Like even now I do it, but sometimes when I'm traveling or something, I do it like every 2 days or every 3 days also. But I've written it so many times. I have like more than 3 books that have been completed of just writing goals. And the goals keep evolving. And when I'm writing my next page of goals, I don't refer to the previous page. I don't go and look at what I've written. So I want to fire the neurons with a fresh set of thoughts. And I want to write it in different set of words as compared to what I had written the previous day. And again, I learned this from Brian Tracy many years back. So when you're writing goals, do not look at the previous day's goals. Write it fresh. Every day you got to write goals. And for me, my thumb rule is you need to have at least 20 goals. Very clear and specific goals in all the areas of your life. So 10 on each page. And if you're able to do that, it may take you 5 or 10 minutes per day. But I'll tell you, this one activity that you do can have the biggest impact in your life and in your business. It has for me. Okay. A lot of people know about this. A lot of people have read books on this. These are evergreen principles that have come down from all the great legends of this world. From Napoleon Hill to Tony Robbins, and everybody talks about stuff. But very few people actually implement this. Very few people implement this. So once you have your vivid document written out on your perfect day, the next step is to write 2 pages of goals on a daily basis. And the goals have to be written in a way where it is in present tense. So for example, my goals are like, I live an incredibly awesome life. I buy whatever I want with cash. I am the number 1 influencer in my niche. I have a deep and intimate connection with my wife. I serve, love and support both my children on their mission on this planet. Okay. And like this, I have a whole bunch of, goals that I've written, and I write it in present tense, as though it is already happening right now. Okay. So those are 2 pages of goals that you got to write. And the third thing that you need to do if you want to visualize your life goals on a continual basis is to shift a few patterns of your brain. All of us have brain patterns, and we start to think. We think in a particular way, we do things in a particular way. Our life goes into autopilot, and we just keep taking action based on, on autopilot mode. But if you have to break the patterns, in fact, let me backtrack a little bit. If your life is not where it is right now, you have to shift the patterns. Please type break the patterns in the comment box. It's only when you break the patterns can you start to see any kind of change happening in your life. If you're going to do the same things every single day, expecting different results, that's what you call as insanity, right? So to break the patterns, you have to change the brain thinking patterns as well. And for that to happen, there's an audio that I recommend to all my students. It's called The Strangest Secret in the World by Earl Nightingale. Just type Strangest Secret on YouTube, and you'll see that's the first rank video which is on my YouTube channel. Listen to that twice in a day for the next 30 days, if not 90 days, without a break. And I'll tell you why that's important. Because once you're listening to it on a daily basis, what's going to happen is it's going to change your thought patterns. It is going to help you tune into a radio frequency of abundance. Like a radio frequency is like a receiver, right? And whenever you tune into a particular frequency, you can actually get information from a different place. Okay. And what I would like you to do is, if you listen to this twice in a day, it's going to tune your brain to receive new ideas, new thoughts, new processes that can actually help you manifest those goals that you're writing on a day-to-day basis. So when you have a combination of these 3 elements, the first element is your vivid vision document of your perfect day. The second element is to write 2 pages of goals on a daily basis. And number 3 is listen to The Strangest Secret in the World twice in a day to change the brain patterns and frequency for you to start to receive new ideas. That is going to be the starting point for you to visualize and manifest your life goals. Okay. So that's it. I just want to tell you that these are the ideas that I have. Please share your comments below. I'm truly looking forward to seeing many of you implement this into your life so that you can achieve your goals much faster. Okay. So I'm going to be signing off right now. Cheers, God bless, and I'll see you